You're not stupid, you just have to give yourself grace, because when you grow up with narcissistic parents, you're just not going to be taught everything that you should be taught, like from a young age. Now, what is this video about? This video is about arrested development and learned helplessness, which go hand in hand. So when I was growing up, I was constantly told, you can't do that, and you don't know how to do that, and don't touch anything. That was the trifecta. That's what I was told all the time. I was a kid, I was naturally curious, I wanted to learn how to do everything on my own. I wanted to learn how to cook and clean and take care of myself and paint and be hands-on, have hands-on learning. But I was constantly told, you don't know how to cook, you don't know how to clean. If you use a knife, you're going to cut yourself. Like, I was just constantly fear-mongered. And so growing up, I would constantly say to myself, I don't know. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. When I was in school, I was very book smart. I was extremely book smart. But when it came to anything hands-on, I would have to ask for help because I wouldn't have confidence in myself to just try something. So I remember being 7 years old, and I was like the only kid in the second grade class that was really struggling with origami and folding paper and making like a little crane or whatever. And even to this day, like little tasks like that really trip me up because growing up, my parents did not like trust me to do anything. And so I'm 30 years old, but I feel like I'm younger. I feel like I'm an 18, 19-year-old kid that is like preparing to move out and live in a dorm for the first time and is scared. And that's something I should have done a long time ago. I should have moved out a long time ago. I should have finished up some of my goals a long time ago. But here I am now. I finally finished college and now I'm in graduate school. I'm finally preparing to move out. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, like this is so nerve-wracking. I have my driver's license, but I haven't had a car in a long time. I'm nervous about driving again and buying a car. I'm nervous about getting an apartment, even though I know deep down that I can do all of these things. Just growing up constantly being told you can't do that, you don't know how to do that, you're gonna hurt yourself. You develop a very strong fear of failure and making mistakes, and then you become so perfectionistic that you get into this sort of paralysis by analysis type of mindset. So you're thinking, wow, I have all these steps I need to take, I'm so scared, what am I going to do, how am I going to figure this out? Eventually you just have to get out of your left brain and enter the right brain, and you just literally have to take a leap of faith and believe in God. And God is the remedy to everything, in my opinion. And that's just one of those things I can't prove to you if you don't believe in God. You just have to have that mustard seed and you can literally talk to God and just tell God, look, God, I don't know if I believe in you or not, but if you're real, please help me. Start there and you will see tremendous change in your life. So with my situation, there's so many what ifs and how and when and where, because I'm thinking to myself, I'm about to move out of state. I'm about to get my first place living by myself with just me and my dog. And I'm thinking to myself, how the flip am I going to do all of this? There are so many steps. Which apartment am I going to get? Which car am I going to get? When I'm on the train, what if I'm not comfortable on the train ride to my new home state? Like, I'm thinking all these things at once. But God is telling me to be still. God is telling me to be still. He is with me. And if you're watching this, you might not be in the same situation as me, but there's some commonality, and that's why you found the video. And I want to tell you, it's the same for you. Be calm, be still, get out of your logical mind, start having faith that everything's going to work out. Even if you don't believe in God, like I said, mustard seed. Take one day, take one thought, take one thing at a time. Because everything is going to be okay. There are literally 17-year-old kids that are emancipated from their parents, and they are living in their own place, and they're working and going to school right now. That means you can do it too. That means I can do it. That means we all can do it. We're all going to figure this out together, you guys. I'm telling you right now, I really, really believe that, okay? I went to Google Academy, I went to YouTube Academy, I taught myself how to cook when I was 18. I should have learned how to cook when I was a kid. Straight up. I should have had all of these things. I should have had independence as a child, because when you're a kid, that is when you learn how to be a human being. You learn how to be self-sufficient. My parents, I really believe they wanted me to fail. I really believe that, because I didn't even learn how to tie my shoes until I was 8 years old, while all the other kids were like 4 and 5 and even younger tying their shoes. Like, there were so many milestones in my life that I ended up becoming years behind on, just because I was set up for failure, and my parents would just do everything for me. They would do everything for me, and then when I would say, I want to do this myself, they would say no. And sometimes we'd be arguing, and my parents would be like, well, that's why you don't know how to do anything. Like, shoving it in my face when they're the ones that neglected me and didn't teach me anything. And it's so freaking hard. Like, I'm telling you, it is so hard. It's not impossible, though. That's why we have to be positive, and why we have to believe in ourselves. Like, nothing in this life is impossible. So, with that being said, the best revenge in life is to move on. Let me tell you, like I mentioned in my last video, revenge is the opposite of freedom. Because when you really are vindictive and you want to hurt somebody, you're going to end up going into either actual prison or proverbial prison of the mind. And true freedom is just leaving. That is the number one true freedom. And some of you guys are years away from getting out of a toxic household. Do not lose hope. Every day that you go to college, you're closer to leaving. Every day that you go to your job training program, you're closer to leaving. Every day you go to trade school, you're closer to leaving. Every day you go to your career and save up money for your apartment, you're closer to leaving. Don't be negative. You have to stay positive. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and she was being extremely negative. And she's in a situation where she does not like her living situation. I don't like my living situation. And I was telling her, I was like, literally, you can move out and get your own apartment. Like, you can do it. There's 18-year-olds doing it. And she just got so triggered. She was like, who's moving out? Oh, well, they're just throwing their money away anyway. Do not curse the blessing that God has for you. Do not prolong your blessing. You have to stay positive. Keep morale high. People that keep morale high are the ones that live. Okay? People that keep morale high are the ones that live. There was a story about these men that were stranded. They were shipwrecked, and there were like sharks in the water, and the shark attacks wasn't what was really taking their lives. It was sickness. It was hypothermia and sickness and just like health problems. The people, the sailors that survived this shipwreck, they survived because they had morale high. They were singing, laughing, joking. They just didn't give in to fear, okay? Don't give in to fear. The voice of fear tells you that you're never going to win, and there's all going to be, every little thing wrong is going to go wrong. The voice of hope and the voice of love tells you everything is going to work out. It might not work out how you think it's going to work out. Don't worry how it works out. It's going to work out. It's not your job to figure out step A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Your job is to just get what you can do, get that done, and then worry about the next thing, one thing at a time. Okay? You're going to move, you get on the train, you go to the home city, you go to your new hometown, you get a hotel, you go look at a couple of apartments, pick the apartment you want, bang. Then the next thing, then worry about getting the car, then worry about getting furniture. Don't worry about every single thing at once, or you're gonna trip yourself up. But yeah, it's just hard. It's hard, guys. When you're teaching yourself everything, and you're being your own parent, you're being your own adult, you're being your own child. Like, I am my own. Well, actually, I belong to God. Truly, I really belong to God. But if it wasn't me and God, it would just be me, and I would still have to work everything out on my own. But I'm grateful because I have God. I have Him with my life, and He's helping me. And without God, I would just have nothing. I wouldn't even have a mindset of optimism. And if you watch my channel, I know I get very sentimental and emotional, but I do try to be optimistic. I really do. Try to be positive, because if you're not positive, you're just going to be in despair, and your situation's only going to get worse if you're negative. Being negative doesn't help people. So yeah, just be positive. Everything's going to work out. I believe in you. I believe in myself. And God believes in us, and we believe in God. All right. Peace out. Have a great day. God bless you.